And when the company initially started, they just basically specialize in color changing LEDs. So they pretty much have a long history working with LEDs. And most of their LED product today, they work a lot to get green product. You know, they're doing LM79, LM80 testing. And they're working to establish all these standards for LED. And many of the products are Energy Star rated. With this particular product, this is a Cove product, and it's basically working on red, green, and blue RGB, and it's programmable in 1 foot increments, and basically, well, theoretically, we can program 17 million colors. Not that the naked eye can tell the difference, but it's possible. This, I'm sorry, you know, this is an older version of the QL product, and the newer version has modifications to the form factor. I just want to come through. Sure. Show you what it looks like. The key with Color Kinetics is their color changing ability and the ability to program fixtures. So thanks, Dan.
No, I got an exception for it.
See if I was the last meeting I'd ever been recording.
Yeah.
Yep, I think.
No.
And basically, it's basically programmable. Again, the newer version is form factor is modified, but the size is basically the same. We've used this particular product in around a video monitor at Royal Hawaiian Shopping Center in the Princess Pauahi Heritage, I believe it's called the Heritage Room. It's right in that center stage, and it basically it's a show that goes on that talks about the legacy of Princess Pauahi.
Oh yeah. Maurice Kondo, right? He's the one that designed it.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And then we're using this product around the monitors, and then in the ceiling is this other product that I'm going to show you next. But basically, you know, you can, you know, I know you don't want this, but it's basically, you know, you can program it from 1/10 of a second to 5 minutes to an hour to whatever you really see fit. With these fixtures, because we can control each individual segment or 12-inch segment, we can have movement. So for instance, you wanted to have, say you have this wall as your project, you could theoretically make the color slowly fade from one side to the other and back and forth.
That's what you were talking about initially on the fabric membrane.
And so basically, yeah, it's fully programmable, and this is really the basis of the Color Kinetics, because they have really good smooth color transition. A lot of them that are out there, you see, it's not as smooth. But this is the what we call the QLX model, and then the next one I'm going to show you here is what we call the MX.
The only time you really could get a smooth transition was with fiber optics.
I mean, you know,
this LEDs they weren't developed that much before until now.
Oh yeah, prior to LEDs, yeah. LED technology has advanced so much. Well, as a lead person, you've probably been seeing a lot of that too, right? The technology's changed drastically, just even within the last 5 years.
now as you can tell, this is significantly brighter. But this is what we call the MX.
I'm not using it.
And I'm sorry, I don't know.
It's like, can you see anymore?
You know, so basically, okay, so say here, this is your.
Oh, that's actually not too bad.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And this is a wide beam. We have also various different types of fixture that, you know, changes the beam spread depending on how far of a throw you need. But I think this is probably.
Is that because of the diffuser that's on it? That it becomes like that?
It's not only the diffuser, but it's also the optics that's designed with the LED itself.
They often put little, excuse me, I should say little, but optics on each diode itself to give them the type of distribution. It's hard to tell, of course, when it's on because it's so bright you can't see it.
Now this particular product, it has what we call the power core technology. Power core means that it basically does not require a driver. Everything is integral, it's built into the fixture, and it has an inboard chip. So basically what we need to do to tell the fixture what to do is, we have the fixtures and we have line voltage going through these fixtures, and we have what we call data enabler. The data enabler just sends the signals to the fixture to tell it what to do. And then other than that, we have a DMX controller that stores the programs that you want. So for instance, say you have a Christmas theme, or you have special, so say you have like an alert, or where they want it to flash, or have it to go red, or something like in an emergency, you have the capability to have that show or that program. So it comes down to it's your imagination and how you envision the product to be used.
What this gives you is the capability to not just do the 2 or 3 colors, but at, say, certain times, if you want to have a different program, you could actually do that. It has the capability.
Right. And it has there's 2 ways you can do it. You can also control it by time. So for instance, you want it to go on like at 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock, or go off at a certain time. But it can also go by astronomical clock, which would mean that you could program it 1 hour after sunrise, 1 hour after sunset.
Oh, yeah.
And this way you don't have to make adjustments to that time clock when our day gets longer or shorter.
Well, I think in this sense, we don't need to worry about the astronomical time clock. It's more of their arrival and departure time clocks.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Is that, because it's international, is that terminal used more at particular times of the day then? So they may want to program it to go on and off only when there are arrivals and departures then?
Yeah.
And not have it running, you don't necessarily
I don't
want to
think
run it 24/7, right?
Well, that would be my other, yeah, that's true. My question after that is, the life expectancy of this is like $10,000 because it's LED?
The life expectancy up to on an LM79 is 70% of the useful life at 70,000 hours. These fixtures use that. I know it's called the VIP lounge at the airport. And we did that last year, and it's yeah, I was telling Doreen that I had to be escorted in, because I guess that this room is used for when dignitaries come in and when they're waiting to depart, because they don't want them to stay in a certain area. And so what they wanted was, in front of like this bar section, they wanted a really slow color change, and they wanted everyone to relax. So everything was like greens and blues and really, really muted colors.
Do you have access to that? Because I can't see it, but since you're on the airport job site, I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
if you can ask to see it.
then you can see what it looks like.
VIP lounge.
We can get
Where's
this.
that? That's the one downstairs in the garden.
It's in the
The
domestic
departure.
side.
It's on the departure side, on the
Oh, you
left
know
side
where
of the. Right before you get that walkway going down to the next side. There's a. Oh, okay. Well, there's a.
The central concourse.
Yes.
Yeah.
The garden then. That's like governor's lounge or something?
It's something like that, right,
Okay.
right.
You can get there. I don't know if you can get
Yeah, I know. I don't think we can get in. We can get to the door.
Oh, I was gonna say maybe they'll let you in since you're working on the airport design. They'll give you access. That way you can see what the product looks like also.
Yeah. We need that. Yeah, this would be good. I mean, the biggest, the problem with that space too is that not many people walk through it, but when you walk through it, there are a lot of people.
Right.
It's just time. So it's real. Even now, I mean, all of their equipment in that space is constantly on. So all that power is getting used, but nobody's in there. So I know LEDs or the lighting for this thing is a small portion, but yeah, if we could time it, that'd be nice.
That would give you that additional energy saving capability. I mean, granted, it's already LED, so you're not,
Yeah.
draining energy out of it, but it would be nice, I guess, because yeah, the international flights are usually only specific times of the day, you know.
Yeah. They can use it like for art times.
The one that's at the VIP lounge, you said it's this one,
It's the kind of like this version of it. This is the latest version. It's a wide beam. I wanted to show you this because basically white light is based on if you run the red, green, and blue at full intensity, then you get white light.
Yeah.
So therefore, white light will always overpower any colored light, and so that's how we achieve the white light. And this is not a good sample of white light, but we have a white light product. White light products with different color temperatures. But essentially, I just show that so people can get an idea of how we achieve the white light.
So what's the difference with the old one and the new one?
Oh,
This one looks like it doesn't do the white as well.
is it the beam spread?
Yeah, it's also the beam spread, but with the newer version, it's brighter. It's tend to get brighter. This is 120 by 125 degree beam spread, and this is a narrow. We used to have both like a narrow and a wide, but right now we just offer this product in a wide because we've come up with other products that really shoot up or graze in this type of form factor size. So this is basically what the latest is.
And this one was just introduced, right?
Yes.
It's brand new, right? Okay. But
So-
did you want to see, I'm sorry,
Oh, yeah.
did you want to see this back on again, Ro?
No, I was just, it was basically, I just want, and this is the old one, anyway. Whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Now you see what else.
Yeah, right.
Sorry.
Yeah, no.
We forgot to tell you to bring your shades to
Yeah,
this
yeah.
meeting.
No, you mentioned that was the old one, right? So I was just curious, what the difference is. Yeah, I can see, that's good.
I see the lens looks kind of. Oh yeah, is there a reason why?
Yeah, because this is actually a narrow beam. This is a narrow beam, so they pretty much have like, if you look at it, it's kind of like there's a Fresnel lens over it.
Oh
It's
okay.
a different type, but basically what they're dealing with is just brighter LEDs now. So this is basically essentially just a high output cold fixture, and then I guess we'll get into that another time. But we have fixtures that can shoot up 700 feet in the air.
Color Kinetics has a much more vast product line than just this, and I didn't send you the link to their website yet, but I can do that. What I'd like to do maybe sometime in the future is to do a whole, like maybe a luncheon there or something again on this product, because I think there's a lot of other people who might be interested in other products who also, if you've ever flown through LAX, all those towers are Color
Correct.
Kinetics, right?
Yeah, I went on the website and I saw it. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so you already went to the website, yeah, if you've ever flown through there, everybody goes, oh, whose product is that? Well, if you're inviting, I'm sorry, you
Yes.
wonder whose product it is, and that I've always known was
In Vegas.
CK, yeah.
A
in
lot of
Vegas.
projects in Vegas.
Fremont Street, right?
It's all
Or-
over. Yeah, Hard Rock Hotel,
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, yeah.
All of that is all pretty much covered. If you've been to the Wynn,
Yeah, the Wynn
they
has
have a
it.
water show.
Yeah.
It's called the Lake of Dreams.
Yeah.
It's the Color Kinetics Sea Splash, which is a fully submersible fixture. And what they did was they put each individual fixture had a pixel point. So each fixture was, I guess, represented a pixel point. And so they have hundreds of them in there. And from there, you could that's why you could see graphics and video being run through there. So any of the Color Kinetics product, you can run in with the program, and you can run theoretically video and graphics. It's just that, for these, this is hard because this is considered a pixel point. So if you had like a large scale project, then yeah, you could do, and run graphics through it.
Now, one thing I do want to get to, because initially we were basing some of the budgetary costs on a different product line, so this does cost a little bit more. So, I'm glad you're sitting down. No, but technically, in relatively speaking, for what this does, it's really not that crazy. Ryan did some budget costing for me, and based on the QLX, which is the first product that you had seen, you had mentioned for the application that it